Sugar Rose, and you're listening to Battle Scars. You know, we all have battle scars. Whether you are battling with PTSD or depression, whether you're going through a loss of a relationship, or maybe you're starting over. Maybe you lost someone or something you loved. You could be a soldier coming home from deployment and not sure where to begin, learning who you are all over again. Suffering and don't know how to cope, treated in ways you don't deserve. Do you have an addiction you're struggling with, but you're ready for change? Whatever it may be, you're not alone. That's what Battle Scars is all about. A radio show, a movement, making a difference in the life of others. Too many of you are suffering silently. I can feel your pain. Not to be negative, but over 22 veterans a day take their life. The suicide rate is at its worst. Someone once used the analogy, we're all like a pot of boiling water. If you fill the pot up all the way, eventually the water is going to flow over and it's going to go everywhere. It's going to burn those around it if too close, and those burns leave scars. And not only is it going to burn them, it's going to burn you, the ones holding the hurt inside. PTSD is a disease that not only affects our veterans, but anyone and everyone dealing with some type of trauma in their life. They wear a mask, trying to disguise their pain, but there's no mask you can truly hide behind. I found through research and my own personal experience, people want help. They want someone to hear them or listen or just care. This is the least talked about subject in social media because no one wants anyone to know they are really not okay. More of the majority of people are actually not okay mentally versus the ones that are. Someone needs to stand up and say, I care. Someone needs to be a voice and bring this reality to light. I feel led to listen, to help, to guide, and to inspire others, whether through words of encouragement, life stories, or even testimonies of others. Let us help you through to a more positive place. It only takes one person to care. Let us help fade your own personal battle scars before it's too late for you.
Who's brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? All the ramparts we won were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you're all having an amazing day on this June 27th. Um, I'm going to just tell you right now, I have lost my voice. I lost it about a week ago. So I'm a little hoarse and I'm drinking some tea, but I didn't want to miss Mondays, Motivational Mondays with y'all. I just wanted to check in and I wanted to say hello. And I wanted to say, I hope that everyone is doing well. I hope that you have had a good week and weekend. And, no matter what you're going through, tomorrow's a new day. And you know what? It's going to be okay. It really is. Um, One of the things I wanted to talk about tonight is something that's really kind of hit my heart recently. And I hope I'm not going in and out of, you know, uh, whatchamacallit. Um, my brain is just, it's been a lot. Let me just tell you what, it's been a long day. That's all I'm going to say. But I hope I'm not going in and out of connection. That's I feel like my brain's going in and out of connection at the moment. It was a very, very busy day today. So um hope y'all can hear me okay. But one of the things that really just kind of touched my heart in the last week, and it kind of led me to tell a little bit more of my story. Um, there's a lot that I haven't told, just because it's life and it's personal, and sometimes people don't always want to give out all their dirty details. But in this case, um, I've had a lot of people reaching out to me on TikTok. I get numerous messages every day, and because everything I do on TikTok is my motivational videos, right? So it's talking about, hey, you're going to be okay. Hey, keep pushing forward. You can heal. There are ways to get through this. And people message me and they say, how am I supposed to get through this? Maybe they're going through a rough breakup, or maybe they're going through having their heart stopped, or maybe they're going through just getting let go of at work, or they lost a loved one, or, something. It could be anything. Um, they come to me and they say, how? How do you do it? How do you find a way to be so dang positive all the time? And I reached out back and I say, you know what? Honestly, I'm not positive all the time. I'm human, just like y'all. I feel, I have oh gosh, this says I'm not live anymore. Why is it saying I'm not live? I feel, and I have sorry, I hope this is all live. It just kicked me out. So, but I feel, and I have a heart and a soul and feelings just like you guys do. I've gone through quite a bit in my life that for some reason I've been able to pull through. And maybe the reason that I've been able to pull through some of that um, is because I'm meant to be here and stronger for others. I really truly feel like that is my mission here on this earth, is to be here for others and be strong for others and be able to be that backbone when you need someone to lean on. Be able to be that one that says, you know what, even though you've gone through hell, you've gone through this heaviness, you've gone through this hurt, this pain, this anguish, that you can still come out of it and you can still be okay. So of course I reach out and I talk to them. And so I figured that tonight I would tell you a little bit of my story. Find beauty in your pain. It's what I preach. And it is literally one of the hardest things to do. And when people say, how the hell do I find beauty in my pain? How the hell do I find beauty in having my heart crushed, being pushed onto the floor, being in a physical abusive relationship, a mental abusive relationship? How the hell do I come back from that? How do I come back from, trying to find a vice to numb everything that I have because I just want to run away? How do I come back from giving my life to alcohol because, I want to find myself again and be a better person. But all I get is stepped on over and over and over again. And I get crushed over and over again. Why fight anymore? Why try? How is there anything beautiful in that? And my answer is this. So, every experience that I've been in life, I find the positive in it. I've been verbally abused, mentally abused, and physically abused. I have been sexually assaulted. I have been brought to the bottom, and I have been broken on my knees. I have had my life ripped out from underneath me when I thought I had the most amazing life in the world. I have had my marriage ripped apart by somebody else. I have been cheated on. I have lost everything. I have gone through so much pain and heartache in my younger years. And everything that I've gone through, I have found a positive in. I grew up in group homes from the time I was 14 to the time I was 18. I didn't listen to my parents, so they put me in a place that made me listen. I look at that now, having kids my own. There's some times where I just want to freaking hang them from their toes in the tree. I ain't gonna lie. There are times that I want to pull my hair out because I'm like, why? But you know what? I was a kid once too. And now being a parent, I see it. I see the hell that I put my parents through. So, I look at that. My parents put me in group homes growing up. My father was a psychologist. My mother was a nurse. I was very sheltered and not able to have much of a life. So naturally, I went out and did what I wanted to do. I smoked, I drank, I did the dirty deeds that I shouldn't have done, and got in trouble for it. And I got put away in group homes. My parents loved me, they cared for me, but they couldn't handle me. And when I was there, I lived with 7, 8 other girls. Most of them were in the justice system. They were wards of the court. They were really mean to me. They would always tease me because I was bigger and I had buck teeth, and I was not attractive back in my younger days. I'm not gonna lie. I looked rough. I was a tomboy, and I was teased a lot, and I was never part of the in circle. I was never part of the cool crew. And I always looked at those girls as, you know what? They don't have loving parents. I don't know how I was able to do that because they treated me like shit. But I was able to look past that and accept them for who they are. As I got older, I started getting into relationships because I wanted to be loved. And through those relationships, I didn't find love. I found hurt. I found domestic violence. I found control. But when you go through life feeling like you're not wanted, when somebody finally wants you and they say they love you, That's all, no holds barred. That's a green light for, oh my God, somebody wants me. And of course, I was strong enough to be able to get out of those relationships before getting killed. I came close. Had a few times that yeah. But from that I took strength. I took the lessons that I learned, that love is not putting your hands on somebody. Love is not yelling at somebody, demeaning and talking down to them and calling them names. That is control. And that is what I took out of that. And I took it with me as I got older. And I continued to go and, learn along the way. If it hadn't been for certain situations in my life, I never would have moved to Indiana. And Indiana is where my life changed. Um, I was in a very peaceful place. I enjoyed it there. I found my career. I went into the medical field. I've been in the eye field for the last, well, now 11 years. And through that, I found peace because I met somebody that taught me how to be independent. Somebody that taught me how to not have to need somebody. I had gone through so much drama and loudness, loudness in my relationship, that I wanted peace. I didn't want to be screamed at. I didn't want to have dishes thrown at me anymore. I didn't want to go through it anymore. So I found quiet peace. And through that, I found my independence. And I found that it's okay to be by yourself. And it's okay to wait for the right person to come along in your life, that you don't have to force yourself into a relationship and stay there just because someone says, I love you, even when they scream at you, even when they do the things they do. Through that relationship, I had two amazing boys, my two younger boys. We ended up becoming amazing friends. And we're still friends to this day. Friends with his girlfriend, friends with the family. It turned out to be a blessing. But he taught me how to be alone, taught me how to be independent, because I was really alone in that relationship. Um, Through that, I started learning who I was. I started learning what I deserved. And I ended up meeting somebody that was in the army. He was an army veteran. And he's a beautiful person. Amazing. The best thing that ever happened in my life. I say to this day, we had an amazing relationship, and he taught me so many beautiful things. I went through the worst hell with him, and he broke my heart. He was the one that broke me in two, but also he was the one that built me up to who I am today. And he doesn't even know it, because of what I experienced and the things that got led and put into my path led me to where I'm at right this very moment, speaking to you guys. I was always a follower. From my younger years when I was in group homes to as I got older, I was the quiet mouse behind the scenes. I didn't think anybody would hear what I had to say. I didn't think my opinion mattered, because I was taught for so long in relationships, my opinion doesn't matter. And what I say and what I feel and what I think, nobody gives a fuck. Excuse my language, but it's true. I apologize. I have a sailor mouth at times. My apologies. But it's true. That's how I felt. Nobody cared about my thoughts and my opinions, and it wasn't my way. And so I was always the shut up one. I'll shut up and I'll take care of you and I'll make you happy and I'll heal you and I'll fix you because it's my job. Well, I was encouraged to become a family readiness leader for the Guard. And I told this story before, but this is part of the story. I said no at first. I wasn't going to do it. I was afraid to be anybody more than I was. I was afraid to step out of my comfort box because I just wanted people to tell me what to do because it was easier. That way I didn't get in trouble. But I went and then I did. I went through the course and I became a family readiness leader. And through him, I found my voice. It may not have necessarily been his heart and his doing, but it was what he said and what he led me to do. I found my voice. And I saw that people listen. And this is where you find beauty in your pain. I was on top of the world. I started every drill. We have lunches, breakfast. I went to Camp Atterbury a couple times. Got to shoot some mortar rounds. That was crazy fun. But it was an incredible experience. I became the mom of the unit. Everyone came to me and talked to me middle of the night, during the day. I got my nickname Sugar, and it's crazy because that name is with me today and it will stay with me forever because it's special. Through becoming a leader, I opened my coffee shop. Everything was great. I bought my dream home, you guys. It was amazing. 4,500 square feet, 5 acres, right on a beautiful lake in the backyard, a creek and a pond out front. It was my freaking dream house. Could go outside, shoot guns right off the back porch. It was amazing. I had everything. Had a beautiful home. I opened my coffee shop. Didn't know how to make coffee, but I opened my coffee shop and became the town motivator. Yes. Everybody came in and talked to me and came to me about stuff and life and became a beautiful thing that it wasn't just a coffee cup. It wasn't just a cup of coffee. It was so much more than a cup of coffee. And I represented our veterans and our first responders and sold Black Rifle coffee for a long time and their merch and everything. And it's pretty awesome. Then one day I lost it all. Every last bit. My perfect life wasn't so perfect. Little did I know, because I thought it was. But it wasn't. And I had it ripped out from underneath me. Everything that I built, everything we built, everything we did was ripped away in one decision. There were days that I sat in my driveway and I cried my freaking eyes out for hours because I didn't want to go inside. I chose, instead of trying to suck it up and deal with it, I chose to walk away. And I chose to suffer on my own and struggle as a single mom and just do it on my own because I deserved better. In one decision, your life can change. It can rip out from underneath you and you will be on your knees, heartbroken, crushed to the floor. But I promise you, you don't stay there. It took me a long time to realize this. It took me a long time to see it. I was crushed. Couldn't stay in my house anymore because it was too big. I didn't want to go inside it. My shop, running it on my own, 14 hours a day, was getting to the point where I was exhausted. I had my 18-year-old at the time, 17, watching his younger brothers because I was at the shop all the time. I lost everything. Then COVID hit. We all know COVID jacked up a lot. It destroyed so many things, so many people, so many families, so many businesses. Whatever it is, it broke people in two, me being one of them. I fought like hell to keep my shop. I fought like hell to do everything in my power to keep it going. I couldn't do it anymore. I was tired. I sat there at times for 7, 8 hours a day just so I get a few customers trickle in. But unfortunately, with the economy and COVID and scares and people and everything, nobody wanted to come in. I used to have live bands come into the shop. It was amazing. I had a great time. I used to sing with them once in a while. And I lost it all. I sold my shop. I lost my home while I sold it. I remember praying. I remember saying, Lord, if you could just do me this one solid. And that's exactly what I said. Do me solid. If you could just give me someone that wants to pay cash for my home so I don't have to deal with this bullshit anymore, I'd be really grateful. Here's the beauty. My real estate agent walked into my shop the next day. There was a non-for-profit organization for battered women that wanted to buy my home for cash. And right then and there, my life started changing. I found beauty in my pain right there because that house is now going towards women healing, women that have gone through what I have gone through, women that are struggling to survive and get out there and start over and have a second chance at life. My house went for that. So all the hell I went through, all the torture, all the hurt, all the anger, it was gone because the house went for something beautiful. And I think about it now and I think I can't wait one day to go back and talk to those women because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I sold my shop and I walked away. And I signed that check, or I didn't sign, but I signed the shop over and they signed the check over to me. And I walked out of that building and I stopped in the middle and I started crying and I said, all right, what is it? What am I meant to do? Because I'm stuck. Everything I worked so hard for, I've lost. What the hell am I doing? I lost my purpose. I was at a really bad point right before that happened, before I officially chose to sell. And I considered taking a different route. I had thoughts running through my head like, I could just keep driving this car and not stop. Just right over this fucking hill, right over this cliff. Just not stop. I could take a bunch of pills and just not feel anymore. Or I could become an alcoholic and just start drinking away my pain. I couldn't do it. Instead, I had joined a group shortly before, in the middle of all that this was going on, and I joined a women's Bible study. I called one of the girls from the group and I said, I need you here now. I need you to be my somebody right now because I'm not okay. And she came over and she prayed with me. She came over and she said that I have a purpose and I have a mission and a reason here. And that I may not know it right now, but I promise it's there. And after that day, that's when I made the decision to sell and walk away because I lost my drive. I lost my passion. I lost everything. So you find beauty in your pain. I ended up selling, moving, running away. I ended up at a show on New Year's Eve where I sang, and I didn't know anybody. It just happened. And next thing I know, I live in Nashville, and I'm here with a motivational speaking show, speaking to you that's listening right now, to the you that's sitting there suffering and struggling and going through a hard time. I'm speaking to you and I'm telling you, it's going to be okay. You're going to be all right. Even if you're at the bottom, even if you've lost yourself, I promise you're not lost, just a little misplaced. And you're not broken, you're just a little bent. And I promise you that you can be found. My purpose here in this world is to save lives. It's to change people's hearts and it's to bring light into yours. I can't explain it. And I wish I could. I wish I could say that I know what I'm doing, but I don't. I just felt led to start the show and I felt led to speak. And I felt led to reach out to the ones that need to hear it, whether it's across the street, across the state, or across the world. You're not alone. And there is beauty in your pain. You got to dig deep to find it sometimes. Had I not lost everything, had I not had my ex-husband have an affair on me, had I not lost my home, my business, my job, and lived on a couch for the last 6 months before I moved here, had I not moved in with a man that treated me like absolute garbage, but brought me to a show that changed my life, I wouldn't be sitting here right now talking to you and telling you that you're going to get through it. I know my heavy isn't the same as every other heavy that's out there. I know there's a whole lot, hell of a lot more heavy than me. But I can say that you're not alone. You're not alone. And you have a reason and a purpose here. And sometimes you got to go through your hell and your heavy to find your why. I don't know how I found mine. I think God chooses some of us, honestly. And I know I'm not trying to make it religious, but that's my belief. I think we're chosen Certain people are chosen to be the strong ones for the ones that can't be strong for themselves. I truly feel like I'm on a mission that I can't explain, but I'm on a mission to save you, the one that needs to hear this today. And I will, till my last breath, save lives the best I can and change lives the best I can and be a love and a light in your life if you're struggling. Because it's why I'm here. I know my singing and songwriting has become a beautiful part of this. Y'all don't even know yet because I haven't released a whole lot yet. But my song that I wrote, One Family, One Mission, One Fight, I can't wait for you to hear it because it's from my heart to you. And I don't care if it touches one person or a million. If it changes one life, that's what matters. It's truly what matters. And I just get so emotional sometimes. And y'all, I don't do this from a script because I don't feel like I'm supposed to. This is all just from the old cortisone. So sometimes I might get a little emotional, but you know what? Hey, that's life. We all get emotional. And we all have times when we're not okay. That doesn't mean that we have to stay there. And having the People's Patriot Project become part of my family is beautiful. It's a gift that's been given to me to help others because we are a family and we're a movement that people are starting to pay attention to. So find beauty in your pain, whatever it might be. Maybe you're one of the strong ones. Maybe you're one of the warriors put here to get through it, even when you're at the bottom. Maybe you have to go through what you're going through right now as we speak to become who you're meant to be because somebody else needs you. Somebody else that isn't as strong as you needs you. So you get up every day and you keep pushing forward and you go to bed at night and you fight this war in your head. Maybe you don't sleep. Maybe you do your best to sleep and you wake up throughout the night, or maybe you use a vice to help you to sleep. You're not alone. And finding yourself through, whether it be a video, a motivation, somebody speaking to you. Maybe you hear something in a gas station. Maybe you hear something down the street that you're like, oh my gosh. People are put in your life for a reason and in your path, and you never know who they are. Maybe you're standing at the store and you hear something that you think, holy cow. Or someone comes up to you and they say, you know what? You're amazing. That person maybe was meant to be there to say that to you because you're not meant to give up. People will come into your lives in all forms if you pay attention and open your eyes. And the strong ones, even when you're at your worst, you're going to get through this. And you're going to be someone, and you're going to stand up and say, I've been through what you've been through, and now let me take your hand and we're going to go through it together. So find beauty in your pain. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, whether it's something traumatic that you've been through, whether it's an experience that you've seen, whether it's something you've done, whether it's someone in your life that's crushed you, whether it's family, whether it's a friend, whether it's a situation. Find your beauty in your pain because it will help you heal and it'll help you open your eyes to see that you don't have to stay that way and that you're one of the strong ones that's meant to help someone that's not as strong as you because you were chosen to help. So I hope you guys all have an amazing evening. I hope you have a wonderful week. I love you all with all my heart, and I don't have to know you to love you. I care about you. I care about your well-being. I care about you as a person. And I'm always here. Anytime you ever need someone to talk to, anytime you need someone to reach out, the People's Patriot Project, we are here for you. And we love you. And war wasn't fought on the battlefield alone, and it is not going to be fought alone now. So you keep your head up and you keep pushing forward because you're badass and you got this. And one day you're going to turn around and you're going to have that somebody that you're going to talk to just like this. And you're going to remember. You're going to remember that you got through it. And now it's time to help someone else through it. Because we're about love. We're here to love. Here to be here for each other and lift each other up. One family, one mission, one fight. Till next time, I hope you all have an amazing week. I love you all so much. Thank you for tuning in. And you keep your head up. You need someone to lay with you at night? I'm laying right next to you. You need someone to call in the middle of the night because you can't sleep and you're struggling? I'm a phone call away. We're here with you. Have a great evening. One family, one mission, one fight. Thank you for watching Fill Your Cup Motivational Mondays with Sugar Rose, WeP3 Radio, and the People's Patriot Project. Love you. Have an amazing evening.